Whilst there'll be much to entertain the visitors to Curitiba during the 2014 FIFA World Cup, for those fans who are keen to explore beyond the city limits, the Great Brazil Express could well be the answer. Billed as a banquet for the senses, the 3-hour journey from Curitiba to Moretes on board Brazil's first and only luxury train takes in some of Paraná's most rugged and spectacular scenery.
About this railroad, it was built between 1880 and 1885, and the engineers responsible for the project were the brothers Rebouças, and they were the first black engineers in Brazil.
Occasionally a tourist route, the railroad is predominantly used to transport goods from across Brazil's southern states down to the port at Paranaguá. An estimated 9,000 workers were involved in its construction, although as many as 50% died during the 5 years it took to complete the project. More than a century later, in 2008, the Great Brazil Express took to the tracks, and the litorina, or carriage, carries a maximum of 22 passengers, many of whom are from overseas. Once aboard, the lucky few are transported back in time, with the decor and furniture very much in keeping with Brazil's colonial days.
The scenery is unbelievable. The train is a true vintage image for us. We've only seen in films before, and now we're actually living the experience.
It just looked fantastic. The experience that you can get, the scenery that you'll see from the train, it looked like a great trip, so we've taken it.
At the controls in the driver's cab is Rubens Bittencourt, who's been working on the railway since 1966. A keen football fan, he'd like to see one of the city's 4 World Cup fixtures, but understands that he may be busy at what could be a boom time for the Great Brazil Express.
There will be a lot of tourists during the World Cup. It's a big attraction. We expect to transport a lot of them. We hope a good number will ride on our train.
Many do so already, and for those who take one of the company's longer trains all the way to Paranaguá, the 30 bridges, 14 tunnels and stunning scenery of the Cerro do Mar's Atlantic rainforest live long in the memory. Question is, will Brazil's participation in the 2014 tournament leave a lasting impression on the locals?
If we don't improve, we won't go very far at all. But we have time until the World Cup starts. A lot of stars and new people will come up, and we will continue to improve. But we will need a lot of them to come through.
After a pleasant 3-hour journey, the Great Brazil Express rolls into Moretes, the end of the line for the Litorina, and for this month's edition of the 2014 FIFA World Cup magazine.